Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I wanted to do a video on this really quick. While I was watching the video that Tarjay has sent me, I had seen this video come alongside that video. It's called A 13-Year-Old Boy Gets a 20-Year-Old Woman Pregnant. So basically it's this 13-year-old boy, adorable, very handsome, articulate. He's on Maury with his mother. And then there's this 20-year-old woman who's basically accusing the 13-year-old of fathering her child. So this situation is crazy and ratchet. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the clip. It's kind of a 5 to 7 minute video, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
Paternity tests. Because this story is about Olita's 14-year-old son, DeCardo. Welcome, DeCardo, to the show. Now, Olita and DeCardo are here because a 20-year-old woman named Quintero is claiming that 14-year-old DeCardo is the father of her 1-month-old daughter, Peyton. This is an unbelievable story.
There's a 20-year-old girl named Quintero, who's a close family friend of ours, who's claiming that she had a baby by my 14-year-old son. DeCardo was only 13 and still a virgin when they had sex. I feel like she robbed him of his innocence.
I lost my virginity, Quintero. It was my first time. I never thought I could get a girl pregnant. I never thought I could be in that situation. I'm not ready to be a dad. I think I'm too young and I have stuff that I want to do in the future. I'm doing good in school. Because I'm so good at school, I like to teach other kids and I like to mentor them.
I see my son completing college and start his own business.
My dream is to go to college and get a good education and get a good scholarship so I can get a good job.
I never ever thought my son would end up being a father at the age of 14. I know Quintero is trying to figure this out just like we are, and we're going to be there to support her no matter what.
If I'm the father of this baby, I will have to give up everything that I like to do. All the kids my age will be having fun, and I have to spend all my time and money on the baby.
Now, whether he is the father or not, it is completely unacceptable for an older woman to have sex with a 13-year-old. Did you know that your son at 13 years old was sexually active?
Of course I did not know, I mean, that's one of the parents' fears or something that a parent always thinks about is their child having sex.
Please tell me you were a virgin before this happened.
Yes, I was, actually, until I met her.
Did you have any clue about what was going on? I mean, what the consequences could be?
I did, but at the same time, I wasn't thinking. I was just acting.
You think he's the father?
I'm not sure, but I really hope he's not the father. They did have sex, so, I mean, it's a possibility, but he's too young to have a baby right now.
Do you think they look alike?
She looks just like her mom, so I can't really say. She doesn't look anything like my baby.
What are your feelings towards her? Do you feel she robbed your baby?
Robbed my baby off straight out of his innocence. She tricked him, if you ask me. He didn't know any better. I mean, he knew right from wrong, but at the time, being 13 and you're 20, she should know more better than he does.
I assume, DeCardo, even though you might be the father or not, you are a poster child for every teenager, boy or girl, about what can go wrong if you have sex at this age, right? Did she say anything to you, Quintero? Did she say anything to you?
At first she told me that it wasn't his baby, but she was telling everybody else that it was, until she was like 5 months pregnant, and then it went to like, oh, it was his baby. So, of course.
You know what I want to ask her? Because she apparently told my producers this, that she wasn't really sorry about having sex. She was sorry about getting pregnant.
She should have been sorry for having sex, for one, with my son, who was 13 at the time, and getting pregnant.
Olita, this child is your grandbaby. You're going to help this child? You're going to be in this child's life?
Of course. We're going to be there for whatever.
DeCardo will be in this baby's life as a father.
Of course. That's going to be his...
And you're going to be... Within our live audience and back home are saying, you committed a crime. Did you realize that at the time?
not at the time, Murray, but it is what it is.
You knew how old he was, didn't you?
Yeah, at the time, yeah, I did.
So why you sleep with her? And then 4 or 5 times?
I don't care. Once you found out you were pregnant, I guarantee you probably were scared, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, Murray, because I didn't have a stable place to stay. I didn't know I was going to take care of her.
Do you want DeCardo to be the father?
No.
Well, Olita doesn't.
Definitely
DeCardo doesn't. I guarantee you my audience doesn't.
Are you ready for this?
When it comes to 1-month-old Peyton, DeCardo, you are not. I grew up, you dodged a big bullet.
Okay, so you guys just watched the clip. Now I know my ass got a forehead out this world, but that big brain bitch needs her ass whooped. And that's real talk. How the hell do you get pregnant by a 13-year-old and you can sit on stage with a straight face and say, yeah, I knew he was 13, but it is what it is. I hate when people say it is what it is when it comes to fuckery. When it comes to something being convenient for them, oh well, it is what it is. I could not imagine a grown man sitting on stage at the age of 20 and a little girl saying that she's pregnant, he might be the father, and the grown man being allowed to say it is what it is. Had the roles been reversed and that was a grown man who knocked up a 13-year-old, he wouldn't be allowed to say it is what it is because his ass would be sitting in prison on felony rape charges. Not only am I happy that that young man was not the father of that damn big-headed bitch's baby, but I just feel like this is nonsense. How are we shaming the 13-year-old boy? How are we telling the 13-year-old boy, well, you were wrong for having sex and you should be the poster child for what not to do? He's a 13-year-old boy. He didn't know any better. This is a 20-year-old woman who knew he was 13, who took advantage of him and had the nerve to have sex with him unprotected to the point where he was a potential father for her child. I just think this whole situation is disgusting. You know, there's too many women out here who are predators and they're preying on these young boys and they're taking their innocence and society's looking at it like, oh, well, it's a boy, toughen up and, you know, lucky you and, you know, this kid should be proud. This is one of the comments that was left in the comment section. And the comment has the nerve to have 2 thumbs up behind it. You know, there's nothing cool about this, and I don't understand why Maury felt like it was okay to shame this boy. If this was a 13-year-old girl in the same situation, nobody would shame that 13-year-old girl. Everybody would be like, oh my God, this poor baby, she needs counseling, she needs this, she needs that. But to the young boy, you should be a poster child for what not to do. How about that big-headed bitch be the poster child for what not to do? How about at 20 years old, you don't sleep with a 13-year-old and then find yourself in a position where you can possibly get pregnant by a child? This is sick to me, and I just am happy that that child was not the father. I hope he's able to continue on with his life, and I hope that this wakes people up to let you know that there are females out here who are predators. You know, that boy is almost the same age as my son. My son will be 13 soon, and I couldn't imagine being on Maury top. My 13-year-old might have gotten a 20-year-old pregnant. This is some sick-ass shit. So anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the entire situation. Do you feel like Maury was wrong for shaming the little boy? Or do you feel like the little boy was lucky? And how do you feel about the woman getting on stage and basically saying, it is what it is. So what? I knew he was 13. I'm just trying to figure out if he's my baby daddy or not. I mean, this is some insane, sick-ass shit. So let me know your thoughts. All right. Deuces. So the question of the day is, have you ever been treated unfairly based on your gender? So make sure you go ahead and leave a comment, rate, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks.